Life sucks in general. Today I'm just going to talk about harsh truths that you face as an adult, realities that really hit hard and home as you become older and older, and the childish and immature hopes and dreams that are crushed as you get older. I'm not trying to be an overly negative Nancy. I think these are more truths that are easier to swallow if you swallow them earlier on and it doesn't hit you harder later. And it's a lot easier to live life if you just accept these things to be true. This comes from an angle of someone that is very ambitious, very hopeful, and very optimistic at times. I've realized the earlier that you just swallow these things and get over them, it's easier to live life and realize this is just the reality. First and foremost, it's very late already for most things by the time you hit adulthood. It is very hopeful and a great exercise to continuously think, oh, I can become this, I can become that later on. But statistically speaking, based on who you are, where you're born, how you are, whether you've slacked off during high school and college or not, depending on what college you went to, what career path you had right out of college, and even thinking about the friends that you have, who you're going to marry, you're probably late for a lot of things. I am very late for a lot of things. If I decided today that I wanted to be an NBA star or become the greatest data science person or a doctor, probably a bit too late to pursue those things. It's possible. If I dedicated the next 40,000 hours to it, it's possible. I don't think I doubt myself in terms of the mere possibility, but the probability is quite low. And I think accepting that and swallowing it and realizing, hey, there are certain things that I probably can't be the best at and I probably won't be able to achieve. And that's okay because that's just the reality. And there's plenty of things that you have achieved that other people will probably never achieve even if they tried. And that's just the reality and facet of life. Beyond an ambitious career, professional perspective, the same goes with friends. Something that I thought about as I came back home for a couple months is I'm going to be able to immerse myself back into the communities that I was previously part of, the friends that I used to have. I'm going to be able to act like I was here all along and pick it up just where I left it off. That's not true. They've all developed pretty extensive friendships the moment that I left to the time that I've been back. These are things that you can't really catch up on and suddenly put yourself back into. Reality is the people that you've been friends with thus far as an adult are probably at most the limitations of who you're going to be friends with. Some of them you'll continuously lose. Others, they'll stick with you depending on the circumstance. But realistically, you're not going to make life-changing long-term friends post-adulthood. I think people are just reluctant to do so, especially in the post-pandemic era. There's no opportunities to make life-changing, lifelong, lasting friends. You're going to have friends that you meet through a professional setting, friends that you meet through passions that you may develop. And I think online communities are a great way to find people with similar hobbies and such. But reality is this Disney-fied, romanticized friend group that you want from birth to finish and know every single detail about you and are from your hometown. Unless you've maintained that or you've gone to the same area school your entire life, probably not going to happen. On the note of people and friends, I think the biggest reality check is that people really don't care about you that much. And I think this is a very freeing thought, but no one cares about you as much as you do. No one is thinking about you 24/7. And realistically, neither is your family. Your parents, yes, they love you. I'm sure your siblings love you too, but they're human too. They have a lot of things to care about, especially themselves. Put yourself in their shoes and put themselves in your shoes. As much as you care about yourself, as much as you think about yourself, they're also thinking about themselves. They have very limited time too. If family is like that, think about the people that are technically strangers to you or not related to you. They're all worried about themselves too. I think this is very freeing. You could do whatever you want, be the label that you want to embrace, do the job that you want to do. And at the end of the day, if you're doing those things because you think other people care about where you're standing at in society, that's a very miserable life to live, but also it's a very inefficient life to live. They don't care about you that much. Just do what you want because at the end of the day, the others could care less. On that note about family, I think growingly, and I have a very great relationship with my family. I love my family and they've been nothing but great to me. But something else you realize as an adult is that family is very imperfect. Family is consisted of human beings who are by nature imperfect. You are going to be a parent soon. I think that's something that you also have to think about. Maybe not soon, hopefully not. But I'm thinking about the fact that I'm nearing the age, if not, I'm at the age where my dad became a dad. And the fact that I would have a child sometime soon if I follow my dad's path, and I'm nowhere close to being responsible or have the ability to take care of another person, much less myself, just tells me that you have this idealistic, impossible to reach image of your family or your parents that you continuously live with from birth. But you need to start realizing that parents aren't perfect people and there's a reason why they're faulty, and to kind of lower your expectations for them and not to be overly dissatisfied or sad about them not meeting such expectations. Another harsh reality that I've been hitting a lot is effort does not equal result in both ends of the definition. As in, you could put in all the effort in the world and not achieve anything, and you could put in very little effort and achieve a lot sometimes. I will say putting in no effort will almost guarantee you no result, but that's also not always the case either. There's plenty of examples of people that put in so much work, don't really get anywhere, and people that don't put in that much work but happen to have timing and luck on their side, which gets them to do well. I am not the biggest proponent of society is limiting me from doing things mentality, but at the same time, I think it's okay to accept that most things in life is beyond your control and to not fault yourself for failures. Not to say fault others or fault society for your failures, but if you put an effort in something and it doesn't pan out the way that you want it to be, then it could have been timing, it could have been a matter of luck, you could have been trying in the wrong way. But at the end of the day, effort does not equal result, and you should not be hard on yourself for your effort not equaling result. All of this is kind of to say that life sucks in general. I think that's the harshest pill to swallow. And life sucks even more if you have high expectations for the things I just mentioned about your career, about your future potential, about your friends, about your family life, about your significant other. I remember in the wise words of MJ that I'm definitely butchering, you can't be disappointed if you don't have high expectations, which is just all to say, lower your expectations. It's okay. Life sucks, and you're most likely not going to be a billionaire or famous or have the perfect family life. You're definitely not going to have all those, and you're most likely not going to have any of those. And that's okay, because that's most, if not all, 8 billion people. If someone figured out the formula to life and success, then celebrities would not be depressed or committing suicides. Billionaires won't be getting divorces. Everyone has issues, and I think accepting that life sucks is the first step into true adulthood and, ironically, being able to really enjoy life. In conclusion, I don't want to end on a sad and depressing note, but you just have to live with what you got and be satisfied and happy with what you're thrown. You can't really change the cards that you're dealt. It just is about how you play them, and you got to carpe diem and seize the day, because at the end of the day is yours and no one else. Matters more to you than yourself. My one sentence summary of the day is life sucks, but not knowing it sucks as a given will make it suck more. Thank you guys for watching. I hope I was not too depressing, and I will see you guys next time. Let's go.